Good morning, students. In the last class, we studied about production, factors of production, features of land, and difference between working capital and fixed capital. And I hope that you all are completing your assignments. Now let us start with today's class. Today we will study about farming in Palampur. Students, remember in the last class we discussed features of land and one feature was land is fixed. So this is our first topic that we will be discussing today. Farming is the main production activity in Palampur. 75% of the people who are working are dependent on farming for their livelihood. But there is one basic problem in raising farm production, and that is that land area under cultivation is fixed. Since 1960, in Palampur, there has been no expansion in land area under cultivation. By then, some of the wastelands in the village had been converted to cultivable land. And now there exists no further scope to increase farm production by bringing new land under cultivation. There is this extra information given in your NCERT book that the standard unit of measuring land is hectare. Though in villages, farmers do use different local units. Now that we know that land area is fixed and there exists no further scope to increase farm production by bringing new land under cultivation, so now there is only one way through which production can be increased, and that is by growing more from the same land. So there are three methods through which this can be done. Number one, by using electric run tube wells. Number two, by practicing multiple cropping system, and number three, by using modern farming methods. We'll discuss these methods one by one. First, let us study about the different types of crops that are grown in Palampur. In the kind of crops grown and facilities available, Palampur would resemble a village of the western part of the state of Uttar Pradesh. During the rainy season, farmers grow jowar and bajra. These plants are used as cattle feed. It is followed by cultivation of potato between October and December. In the winter season, fields are sown with wheat. From the wheat produced, farmers keep enough wheat for the family's consumption and sell the surplus wheat, that is the extra wheat, at the market in Raiganj. A part of the land area is also devoted to sugarcane, which is harvested once every year. Students, please make this table in your notebooks. The main reason why farmers are able to grow three different crops in a year in Palampur is due to the well-developed system of irrigation. Electricity came early to Palampur. Its major impact was to transform the system of irrigation. Persian wheels were till then used by farmers to draw water from the wells and irrigate small fields. People saw that the electric run tube wells could irrigate much larger areas of land more effectively. The first few tube wells were installed by the government. Soon, however, farmers started setting up private tube wells. So this is how electric run tube wells helped in increasing the farm production by improving the irrigation facility. Number two is multiple cropping. And about this system you all must have studied in your previous grade, that is grade 8. It refers to the process of growing more than one crop on a piece of land during the year. This also helped the land in regaining the fertility due to alternate pattern of growing. And the last one, the last method to increase production from the same piece of land is to use modern farming methods like high yielding variety of seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, etc. Green Revolution in the late 1960s introduced the Indian farmers to cultivation of wheat and rice using HYV seeds. Now, you all must be familiar with this term Green Revolution. So let me just give you a quick introduction about this term. The Green Revolution within India commenced in the early 1960s that led to an increase in food grains production, especially in Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. The period of 1960 to 1980 is called Golden Period because of the record of food grain production. It is because of Green Revolution that our country has become self-sufficient in food production, and even buffer stock of food grains have been created for the use in the times of natural calamity like drought or flood. Buffer stock refers to the amount of food grain that the government keeps to protect the citizens during any calamity. Well, about buffer stock we have to study, but not now. We'll study about this in chapter 4. Till the mid 1960s, the seeds used in cultivation were traditional ones with relatively low yield. Yield, again I am repeating, it refers to the produce. Traditional seeds needed less irrigation. Farmers used cow dung and other natural manures as fertilizers. All these were readily available with the farmers who did not have to buy them. The Green Revolution in the late 1960s introduced the Indian farmer to cultivation of wheat and rice using HYV seeds. And compared to the traditional seeds, the HYV seeds promise to produce much greater amount of grain on a single plant. As a result, the same piece of land would now produce far larger quantities of food grains than was possible earlier. So today we studied that land area under cultivation in Palampur is fixed, and so people use different methods to grow more from the same land. The methods are using electric run tube wells, by practicing multiple cropping system, and by using modern farming techniques. These are few questions for your assignment. Please do it in your notebook. That's all for today's class. Thank you, students.